So, good day, everyone, and welcome to our live webinar, Reinvent Business Productivity with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So, this webinar is brought to you by Tech1 Global and Microsoft. To stand out from the competition, businesses need to make every minute count and every customer engagement shine. To keep up the pace of your growth, you're likely considering to move to a more comprehensive business management solution to help you get through administrative tasks quickly and easily so you can focus on the big picture and your team can spend more time taking care of customers. Let's dive into how Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central and Tech1 Global can help through this insightful session with our speakers with diverse backgrounds. Now, this is Mimi Navarro, your session's host. Now, before we start, we also love to hear from you. If you have questions about our speakers, we encourage you to place them in our chat room, and we will address that during the Q&A. So, without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker. Our first speaker is Rohan, who has 13 plus years of industry experience and 8 plus years of Microsoft Dynamics ERP and CRM experience. Here's Rohan Silva, Head of Global Pre-Sales from Tech1 Global. Over to you now, Boss Rohan.
Thank you, Mimi. Good afternoon, everyone. So let me share my slide deck first. I'm not going to spend time here as Mimi always introduced me. So we'll straight away move to the slides. So the first slide explains the issues of an outgoing ERP. So I think this is very familiar to all of you because this is the problem you all have. That's why you are here to uh, see what kind of things that Business Center can bring into the table. So I'll rush through these points one by one. So one is siloed system. So that means you have to have many systems, many isolated systems together, such as inventory control system, accounting system, asset management system, production system, supply chain, etc. Like you will have to have many systems sometimes to maintain your company objectives. So due to those many systems, you have to duplicate maybe the customers, maybe the products. You have to duplicate between several systems. Maybe you have to key in the same customer in several systems. So due to that, you will make errors. You will have some inconsistency between systems, and those things has to be done manually. Maybe you have to do manual data transfer between the systems, and due to those errors, you will not be able to get correct, accurate report as well. And also report to create a consolidated report, you have to grab the data. You have to extract the data from several systems, and you have to consolidate again manually. And due to those, again, there can be errors. So with that, you won't be getting a satisfied reporting requirement. And finally, security issues. As you always know, when there are several systems in place, there will be several login methods. There will be several level of securities in those systems. So in your IT admins, it will be find challenging to address those security issues while there are so many systems. So what is the solution for this? That's what I'm going to present today. So next slide, I'm going to explain Microsoft Dynamics 365. So what is Microsoft Dynamics 365? This is a platform where we have a portfolio of intelligent business application that empowers everyone to deliver operational excellence and create more engaging customer experience. So I would like to highlight two keywords there. One is platform, other one is intelligent business application. When it comes to a platform, why we say this is a platform? Because this is not just a system, this is a collection of several intelligent business application. While I'm moving through my slide, you will realize why I'm mentioning this as intelligent business application. So I'm not going to explain it here. So and one thing, this is on true public cloud. So this is 100%. We call it as SaaS or software as a service. This you just need to subscribe and enjoy the features. Of course, a partner has to implement the system for you. But after that, you can enjoy the features while paying your subscription only. So you don't need to incur any infrastructure or anything. That's what I'm going to discuss in my next slide. Okay. So as this is on SaaS platform, you don't have to incur any infrastructure cost, and there are no maintenance headaches. And Microsoft guaranteed the uptime of 99.9%. And there are multiple environment available for you when you purchase Business Center. So I missed one point actually. I mentioned Dynamics 365 is a collection of system. So I'm not going to discuss Dynamics 365 or all these components today, but I'm going to focus one system out of this Dynamics 365 product line called Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Center. So it is coming under Dynamics 365 family, and this is what I'm going to focus today. So with that, again, I'm refreshing. No infra cost, no maintenance headache, a guaranteed uptime of 99.9. And there are multiple environments. When it comes to multiple environment, there are one production environment you'll be getting when you purchase, and three sandbox environments. So what you can do with three sandbox environment, you'll be surprised. So one you can use for your development purpose, one you can use for your UAT purpose, maybe the other one you can have your gold copy, maybe to sort out your production issues or production day-to-day issues. You can use that sandbox. And this is by default coming with by default backup option and disaster recovery option as well. When you say disaster recovery option, this is not just a disaster recovery option. This is a geo-replicated disaster recovery option. Means you can if your data reside in one Azure region according to your preference, your replica of your database will be available in another Azure region as well. In case your preferred Azure region is goes down, still your data will be safer in another Azure region for your access. And when it comes to security, Microsoft provide a great level of very high grade security for your data, and all the they using very high ended firewalls and using data encrypted mechanisms. Your data will be encrypted and your backups will be encrypted. All these things will be encrypted and safe in Microsoft data centers for your convenience. And you can imagine, if you want to implement that kind of security, if you want to implement that kind of backup plan, if you want to implement that kind of disaster recovery methods, and if you want to implement multiple environments, and you have to have this kind of guaranteed uptime. So you can imagine what kind of cost you would be incur if you want to do it in on-prem solution. But Microsoft giving all these things with at a minimal cost. What you can do is you can just pay monthly subscriptions. So it is a very minimal monthly subscription you have to pay to enjoy all these things. And then I will come to the last point: automatic product updates. You may have already experienced that some systems are stuck in one version for years, or maybe upgrade cost is very high. Maybe the product is not capable to upgrade. Maybe the customer doesn't want to do the upgrade. But Microsoft Business Central SaaS is completely different from this situation. What Microsoft does is, Microsoft in each year they have two major upgrades. One is in April, the one is in October, and there are minor releases released in each month. All those things are automatically rolled out to your environment. But when you say automatically rolled out, it won't disturb your day-to-day operation because you can always schedule your upgrade as per your convenience through the admin center, as well as you can define the upgrade window in your admin center as well. So it won't disturb your day-to-day operation anymore. So that's the level of platform productivity that Microsoft brings in with this Business Central SaaS. And of course, I understand in some companies, there's some compliance issues. They can't go for this cloud solution. You don't need to worry. Still, the on-prem solution is also available for the same product with same features, and they will also release all these upgrades simultaneously for on-prem as well as uh, cloud model 2. Then I'm moving to Business Central side. Initially, we talk about the platform. Now we are going to talk about the Business Central. It is a single comprehensive solution. Why we call it as a single comprehensive solution? As you can see, there are so many modules around the Business Central. So I'll start with financials. So in financial, you can handle your entire requirement for general ledger. You can handle your fixed asset. You can post maybe general journals. You can post recurring general journals like provision entries. All those things are you have some automate functionalities. When you post recurring journal, maybe you can post the recurring journal today and it will be reversed automatically in end of the month, and it will automatically create the next month recurring journal as well. and you can do automatic bank reconciliation here in Business Central. So all those things are possible with financials module. And when it comes to sales, you can actually start the sales life cycle with the opportunity itself. So you can record your opportunity. Once you have the opportunity in your hand, then you can mature the opportunity throughout your life cycle stage or pipeline stages. Then once the opportunity is won, you can convert it as an order. Then you can proceed with the order as well. You can dispatch good, you can invoice it, you can receive the customer payments. All the financial entries will be integrated to financial module when you do all those transactions. And you can manage customer returns as well. And when it comes to service module, it will cater to your after sale requirement. Assume you sold a vehicle, so you can actually schedule your free all the free services, maybe the paid services. Maybe you can handle the repair kind of services, what you get in your day-to-day works. And not only you can handle, when I say handle, you can manage the cost. You can allocate resources. You can calculate the time the resource have spent, and you can get the total cost for that service, as well as you can get the revenue. End of the day, you can get the service profitability as well for each services. And then when it comes to projects, there are some companies are 100% based on projects, like constructions companies, when you say software based companies, infrastructure based companies, those people are 100% based on projects. So if they can't get the project profitability out of the system, then no point having a system for them. So that's what this project module does. So you can have your milestone maintained in the Business Central. You can allocate the proper resources to these milestone. You can record their working time in the Business Central. Then you can map their resource cost. Then end of the day, you can, if there are any external or any other expenses available for these projects, those also you can track and you can enter in Business Central under these projects. So end of the day, you can get the total cost for this project, as well as when you invoice the customer, you can get the total revenue out of the project. End of the day, you will end up with project profitability as well. So it will be very helpful for this kind of organization, and even for management, for their organization to make strategic decision out of this. And then I'll move to supply chain. When it comes to supply chain, you can actually register many codes from the suppliers. Then you can decide the which supply that you are moving forward. Then you can convert it to order. Then you can you do the GRN. Then you can invoice it. Then you can handle the payment. You can finally do the payment to supply as well. And if you want to do a return, that is also possible. And in supply chain, there's a some additional feature that I need to mention, which is called planning worksheet. So there actually you can plan the purchases, maybe for the week, maybe for the day, maybe for the month, depend on your company process. What it does is system will calculate your purchase requirement using the demand. When I say demand, it will consider your current sales orders. It will consider your current forecast for the month or the week or the day. Using those parameters, and not only those, it will consider the on in-hand stock and safe to stock level, safe to lead time, all those things, and minimum order requirement, what we have set up in the item. So with all those things, it consider all those things and calculate your purchase requirement for the period you define. Then you can actually, in one click, you can create all the purchase orders together. If you have the preferred vendor defined, you can select the vendor, and in one click, you will get all the purchase orders created in one click. That's a very good feature when it comes to when we discuss about the improvement of the productivity. And then when it comes to warehousing, it can handle any kind of warehousing complexities in Business Central. We can have put away lists, we can have pick lists, we can have bins, zones, and the cubicle spaces allocated to them, and you can dispatch your good in a FIFO method. FIFO means first expiry, first out. If you are a pharmaceutical or chemical kind of industry, you can dispatch the good based on your expiry date. And when it comes to manufacturing, you can actually automate your entire production flow in Business Central. You can have your routes defined. You can have work centers. You can have resources for those assigned to those work centers. You can allocate cost for those resources. You can allocate cost for those work centers. You can define overhead cost for those work centers. Maybe it per unit, maybe per the running time. So all those things are feasible. And not only that, You can define bombs and bombs in bombs. All those complexities can be catered. You can have semi-finished good, you can have byproducts. All those things are possible with manufacturing module in business central as well. And when it comes to distribution of data, this is very important, because no point having all these module if you can't get out a meaningful report from the system. So that's where the distribution of data pitching. Let's assume you want to have a report. So there are several ways you can achieve this. One is there are more than 200 reports, standard reports available in Business Central. You can just run it and see the result. And always you can ask a partner to modify these records. The partner will does it for you. And if you want to create an entire new report, that's also possible with a partner. And out of that, so there are very exciting features like account schedules, analysis view, where you can define your own report designs and you can develop your own reports. Maybe financial report, assume that you need to get a P&L, department wise P&L. You can just go to the account schedule and you can define the column layout and department levels, and then using the dimension, then you can have your accounts listed, or whatever the accounts as you need for the report. Then you can get the PNL within very few minutes. You can get a ready-made PNL department wise. So that you can do by yourself. Of course, as a partner, we will train you, we will enable you. Then you can do those things by yourself and by your team itself. Okay, those are the things about Business Central itself. So then I'm moving to the very important slide. So Business Central is not alone. Why we say Business Central is not alone? Because you can see there are many things around Business Central, right? So I'll go one by one. There are four main boxes here. So I'll go to the first one, but I'm not going to spend time here because I'm going to discuss this in detail in my next slide. So I'm moving to the Power Platform. So this Office 365 is the same as nowadays we call it as Microsoft 365 or M365. It's the same name. The earlier name was Office 365. So we do have Business Central has a very smooth integration for this Office 365 or Microsoft 365 as well. So when it comes to Power Platform, again, it's a platform. Why we say it as a platform? Because we do have many products in Power Platform. I'm not going to explain each of these because I have a limited time, but I'll highlight few points, because Power Automate you can actually use for automate your workflows in your company. Small workflows you can automate using Power Automate, and for integration purpose also you can use Power Automate. And Power Virtual Agent is a chatbot where you can define your own chatbots, and Power BI is using as a business intelligence tool where you can, using Business Central data, you can define your own reports. And when it comes to Power Apps, it's a you can create a mobile app using in maybe in very few hours. You can define or you can develop a mobile app using Power Apps. All these things are, when we say Power Platform, all these things are low code, no code, concept based. So because of that, even your IT team, they don't need a very high level of software engineering knowledge to develop using this application. So they can use this application and develop maybe some productivity apps for your company by themselves. And when it comes to Azure, actually Azure is the one we use to host Dynamics Business Center. It is hosted in Microsoft Azure. And not only that, the Microsoft Dynamics Business Center uses Microsoft Azure Active Directory authentication for the user authentication as well. And most importantly, it uses Azure Machine Learning and Cortana Intelligence as well. So why I'm highlighting that? Because I indicated very initially, these are intelligent business application. Why we say that? Because you can do by default, you get so many predictive analysis within the Business Central standard. So what you can do is what it does is using machine learning and Cortana Intelligence, it will give some predictive analysis such as maybe uh, inventory forecast based on your previous purchases and consumptions. It will predict your inventory for future periods, and you can do the cash flow forecast, AI based cash flow forecast, not only based on your inward and outflow cash. So it will check your past payment patterns and all those things that will predict the cash flow forecast very accurately. And it will predict your late payment prediction as well. Likewise, there are multiple places that Cortana Intelligent and Azure Machine Learning comes into play in Business Central. And as the last box, it's partners. It's very important. It's partners like us, partners like Tech One Global. So let's see what we can bring into the table as a partner. So first one is add-on solution. If you go to if you just search in Google Dynamic App Source, you will find thousands of apps available, which are developed by different partners. So those apps are just, you can just purchase from your Business Central environment and enjoy the features. Some are free of charge, some are chargeable, but based on that, you can purchase or you can just get the app and enjoy the features. It'll take only minutes. But there can be some setup configuration time, but that also they will provide all the user manuals and everything to do the setup. And then the interest and one important thing, all these apps are 100% certified by Microsoft. So that's the most important thing. Because of that, it's very trustworthy. You can just go and get those app and enjoy. And the second one is industry expertise. Why we say industry expertise? Because our consultant, in any partner, we do have very experienced consultant. So where they have done many implementation in the similar industry. So they can bring into the table what should be done, what should not be done, all those best practices in the industry, they can bring into the table. And during the requirement discussions, during the analysis discussion, we can discuss with you all and we can actually pick and choose what is the best way forward for you. That's the industry expertise that we can bring as a partner to your table. And then apps. When we say app, it's different from the add-on solution, what I mentioned earlier. These are called as pertinent extensions that any partner can develop and publish to only to your environment. So you can enjoy the extended features, whichever added by your partner. So those are not certified by Microsoft, but always as a partner, Tech One, we guaranteed whatever we do, whatever we develop are based on uh, Microsoft guideline and best practices introduced by Microsoft. So there won't be any interruption or any issues when you do the upgrade, when Microsoft roll out the upgrades automatically. So you don't find any difficulties when we develop apps for you. And the last one is integration. Of course, I discussed about siloed system very initial slide. But when it comes to integration, there might be some need to have some other line of business applications. If I take an example from the banking and finance industry, because as a business central, as a ERP, we can't cater to core banking system. So definitely they have to have the core banking system, but it should be tightly integrated to business central. If the same scenario, if I take their GL has to be 100% integrated to Business Central, then you can get the consolidated GL reports and everything using Business Central itself without moving to your core banking system. So that's the integration we are expecting to do. And to do that, to facilitate that, Business Central has many options available to do a third-party integration. One is Business Central itself. It has a API engine where we can use for integration purpose. And as I mentioned, Power Automate, we can use for integration purpose. In many complex scenarios, maybe there are some other Azure tools also we can consider, like Logic Apps, Azure Vendgrid, Azure Functions. All those things are also capable and compatible with Business Central in order to use in integration with other line of business applications. Okay, so then I will move to actually this Office 365 I mentioned earlier, or Microsoft 365 integration. So there we do have a few scenarios. I'll take the Outlook integration first. So in Outlook integration, I'm trying to highlight two main scenarios. There are other facilities as well. Since the time is limited, I'm going to discuss very few things. One is customer statistics in Outlook. Other one is request to order automation. So when you say customer statistics, let's assume you got a mail from a customer. Uh, the customer is requesting a code for this item and the quantity also mentioned. So in a traditional ERP, what you should do is you have to go back to your ERP and you have to search for the customer, then go to the code. You got to go to the code, then search for the customer, then search for the items and the quantities and whatever the things you have to do there, you have to do. Then you just save it as a PDF. then again come back to the mail and attach the PDF and send it back to the customer. So it will take 10 to 15 minutes for sure. But maybe the time consumption, you will not do it right now. So you will park it to do it later. But Business Central, it's totally different. So what you can do is in Outlook itself, you get a different heading for Business Central like this. So when you get an email, once you open that in, you will get all the customer statistic into Outlook. This is tightly integrated with Business Central. So you get all the real-time data here. So you can have a very consolidated, very 365 view of this customer. What are the due balances? What are the kind of not only statistics, you can even see the customer sales history. So you can see how what number of ongoing sales code, ongoing sales orders, blanket orders, all those things you can see. If you want to see details, one you can click on these and you can dig into details as well. And then if you want to really want to, after evaluating the customer using these things, if you really want to create the code, what you can do is you can just go here and click new, then go to the sales code. Then what system does is, this is the most important part, it will go through your mail and pick the items and pick the quantity and suggest those in the suggested lines. So it will map the relevant item from the Business Central and map the quantity according to the request, and it will suggest if those are accurate. If still if those are not accurate, you can correct it here, and if those are accurate, you just need to tick it here and click OK. The code is ready. So in within few seconds you have your code. Not only you have your code, once you click this more functionalities, so you can add dimensions here, you can add comments, you can add attachment for this code. If you have already set up approval workflow, you can send it for approval. If not, what you can just do, you can just send it by email. So this will attach as a PDF, and the mail will be going back to the customer. So within few seconds, customer will get his code. You didn't even log into the Business Center. So that's the level of productivity. That's the level of productivity improvement. That's the level of automation we are talking about here with O365 integration and Dynamics 365 Business Central. And then we will move to the second scenario. That is O365 integration with Teams. In Teams, there are two scenarios. One is there's a Business Central adding here. You can search any contacts using that, and you can just click the contacts and share it with your teammates, maybe in your groups, in your channels, wherever you want. Actually, Team is for collaborate. So after you share here, all the people, even they don't have Business Central licenses, can see these details and collaborate around this. And the other features in Teams is any list page or any detail page in Business Central, you can share it to Teams at once. So using the share button, you can either share it to the Teams or you can copy the link and paste it on Teams and share. So once you do that, it will be like this. It will actually show the image and some other details as well, maybe inventory availability, unit price, all those things. Then we can collaborate around that. So that's the level of productivity improvement that we are talking about. You don't need to go in between several application from Business Central itself. You can just share it on Teams, and people will start collaborating. And the last one, see, I have already taken 7 minutes more. Actually, sorry about that. So let me finish this. Uh, O365 integration with Excel. So I mentioned this earlier as well when it comes to reporting. So we can use Excel reporting, but not only Excel reporting. Actually, this is more than this, more than that. Let me show some examples. So any list page in Business Central, you can export to Excel. Any list page in Business Central, you have the functionality to export Excel. When it comes to export to Excel, there are two functions available. One is open in Excel. You can just open it Excel and see the list. And other one is edit in Excel. So we'll see what will happen when we click edit in Excel. What will actually happen is once you click the edit in Excel, it will be downloaded to your download folder. Then once you open it, it will be like this. So you will have all the data available in the list page here, and you will have the Microsoft Dynamics add-in the right side. So what you can do is you can do any updation here sometimes it will be more practical to edit fields, maybe bulk for bulk record in Excel. You just need to drag down. So using that, you can just update here and publish it back to Business Central. It will go and update in Business Central within seconds. And if you want to add new record, that is also possible. You just need to add the record and publish it back to Business Central. And if you want to refresh the record, let's assume you took this yesterday, and during the yesterday, the people have updated so many things in Business Central. You want to refresh it back. You just need to refresh. All the data will be refreshed. Assume you have created some Excel reports using this data set. In a traditional system, you have to go back to the system and get those exported again and copy it back to here. Then only your report will be updated. But in Business Center, you just need to refresh. All the reports will be updated and reflected the correct data. So that's the level of productivity I'm highlighting again, because when it comes to productivity, not only these features, there are so many other features, but time is very limited, so that I can't show all the things. So I'm going to stop from here. But please do reach to us if you interested in this product. If you want to have, if you want to see more exciting features, how you want to improve your productivity using Business Center, we are more than happy to help you. We will do a very customized product demonstration to you. Please do reach to us after this, maybe after this event. And we will also will be in touch with you. And if you have any question, please put it in the chat. We will answer as much as possible. Failing that, we will answer these on your mail. Answer those in a mail. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day. Mimi, over to you again.
Thanks, Boss Rohan. Okay, so once again, if you have questions about his presentation, please place them in our chat room and we will address that during the Q&A. So having Ron as our first speaker, we should now move to our next speaker. So Shahid brings 20 plus years of experience related to IT, and most of his experiences are related to ERP system development, customization, and implementation. And he has developed a full-fledged ERP for the RMG sector in Bangladesh, covering merchandising modules, commercial modules, production modules, inventory, and payroll modules. He has been working in the Microsoft Dynamics ERP platform as an implementation consultant for 10 plus years and has implemented in 4 companies. One of his most significant achievement is that he has developed a complete module as extensions in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central for attendance and payroll system with auto income tax calculation according to Bangladesh taxation law. Here's Sayed Mohammed Shahid Ula, Business Applications Ranger from Microsoft Bangladesh. Over to you now, Sayed.
Thank you, Mimi, for your nice introduction. Welcome, everybody, to the session. So, already Mimi gave the huge introduction on me, so I will not go any more on my introduction. Let's move on my presentations. So, actually, we will start today how using Business Central you can adopt it faster, work smarter, and perform better or better productivity, achieve better productivity. So let's start it. So what is Microsoft mission? Our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And how to achieve more? I say, in my words, utilizing the business applications like ERP, CRM, and Power Platform applications. So let's move on further. What we can offer to you. Rohan already covered a bit, but I will give a little more on that. So what's the need of a business management solution, unified business management solution or ERP? Why you need it? Several reasons. Because your business is growing always. And if you use a system which is not growing according to your business growth, you are unable to give you the reporting and you are unable to give you the proper support to cost management. And disconnected systems, many times we see that we use one system for payroll, one system for maybe accounting, one other system maybe for procurement and other things. And all these are, disconnected systems. And as a result, It's very difficult to give you the management, the MIS reporting. So these are few limitations. And also, as I said, disconnected systems you are using, it's very difficult to, I mean, consolidate all those reporting, all those infrastructure, and make you the MIS reporting. So reporting limitations is another reason. And as I said, the disconnected system, maybe you are using one applications migrated with some applications maybe, and another is a new one. But combining is very difficult to manage all those resource limitations and other things. In all this scenario, taking in mind that we provide a unified business management solution, which you can get all together, all solutions, you can extend further. So let's move on next. What Dynamics Business Central offers? So Dynamic Business Central offers several modules. Already Rohan covered. I will go little more on those. Like it covers full-fledged financial management, including assets, forecasting, cash flow forecasting, budgeting, all those. And then you can go with supply chain management according to your need, and then operations management or production management. You can go with the project management. I mean, if you have project related works, project management module, you can work with sales management, service management. I will not go detail actually because already Rohan covered it hugely. So what features actually offers by those modules? Still, I mean, just some highlights on those. Like it's a combination of ERP and CRM. Although we have actually several other products on CRM and several other products on ERP as well. It's one of the core products from Microsoft for the small and mid enterprises. This is Dynamics 365 Business Central. But we have more other ERP for, I mean, large enterprises. Though we'll not discuss on those. But Business Central is provide little bit of CRM and then full-fledged ERP. So in sales and marketing, it's a bit CRM, contact management, campaign management, interaction and document management, opportunity management. So in sales and delivery, sales invoicing, sales quoting, sales order management, campaign pricing, and sales invoice discount, sales pricing and discount. I mean, this is more important. I mean, even manage your promotional activities in sales. In sales, so any promotional activities, if you like to give a discount on pricing or to discount on product, so you can apply those discounts easily. There are several parameters you can define according to your need, and it will work very nicely. So purchasing in payables, you can generate purchase code, purchase invoicing, purchase order management, and most importantly, as you are using a system, you definitely want that you will go with paperless. So not only is providing the purchase order management or purchase invoicing, it's also give you the features of returning the goods, because it's important if any issues occurs, any product are delivering wrongly, then it's important you, from the system perspective, you return all those through system. Otherwise, it will actually your inventory or other products will be wrong inventory. So there is features of return management in purchasing, in even in sales. And then you can manage the inventory control, item categories, item attributes, item tracking, item location transfers. Then supply planning, demand forecasting, sales and inventory forecasting, order promising, and then project management, as Rohan mentioned several times, that many company who works by projects. So if they like to make project accounting, this is the perfect module for them. They can get the budget for the project and go for the execution, and they can see the planned budget versus execution and see the profitability easily. and they can use the resources, timesheets, even resources as machines. All those things can be managed from using project management. And service management is service order management. If needed by any company, then this module is needed. Warehouse management, bin tracking, if you not only inventory, if you like to go with like more specifically in which locations which bin your product is available, you can easily go with this bin tracking, CL tracking. All those are in built with this or warehouse management. And then manufacturing, discrete manufacturing, assembly management, bill of materials. All these can be managed using manufacturing. I like to add two more things here. Business Center comes with two licensing mainly. Licensing mainly. It is Business Central Essential and Business Central Premium. So in Premium, you will get all these modules mentioned here in the slide. You can see, but in Essential, you will get all but except service management and manufacturing. So if you needed, and also pricing is different. So if you don't need this service management or manufacturing, you can go with the essentials. Otherwise, if you are a manufacturing company, then you need the premium licensing. So move on next slide. Rohan covered a bit, but I will give more detail. What Dynamics 365 provides is not just an ERP, it's an environment, it's a platform based on Azure, and it's a secured, mostly trusted environment from Microsoft. And it's a fully integrated stack. Why? How? You can see in the screen, if you use start using our Business Central ERP, you will get one ID. Many depend on your requirements, but using one ID, you will get access on our Microsoft 365 products like Teams, like email, like Excel, and any other. And then you will get Power Platform accessibility. One will be covered. I will go detail actually. In Power Platform, there are four very promising tools. Like ERP is, I mean, first slide I said, ERP is not an a static demand. ERP, because your business is always moving. So when you implement one ERP, is an some features you need, and that based on this contact, you go for the implementation. When implementation is done, you may need some more amendment, some more features in the coming days. So what we'll do, you can develop in your own using those Power Platform tools. So like for reporting, you can use Power BI. For application development, we can use Power Apps, because it's our low code, no code platform. Uh, that means actually you can use visual tools, drag and drop tools, and Excel like formulas to develop your reports or application. And you can host all those applications developed in Power Apps, either in webs or in mobile apps or even in desktop. So in one platform, you can get all those, but also you can integrate in Business Center. So you are getting not only an ERP, most importantly, one platform, and based on Microsoft Azure. And I'm moving to next slide. I get several times I get this question: is your ERP secured? Because you are putting all my data in cloud. So my data secured? Answer to this question, actually, Microsoft provide fully trusted security based on Azure. It's almost 100% secured, and you see some of the security authentication here, like several steps of authentication it goes through to go to the database or go to give you the access. Like it goes with the authentication, it authorize, and then it's audit and data encryption, then security development life cycle. So it's totally secured and so totally trusted. So actually, I will go because Rohan already covered several things. I will go some customer feedback and how they have achieved. What was their challenges? Like three customers here, what they like to achieve. Design offices, they like to adopt the system, accounting system quickly. And then cadets, they like to collaborate smartly. And then call to recycle, their challenge is to perform better. So three scenario and how they have achieved. Go with design offices. They need to adopt it faster. So how we can give them the other facilities? As I said, I mean, it's an environment, and it's an environment not only for web, not only for mobiles, also for desktops. So, and even you can connect your applications from anywhere, any devices, from Windows, from Android, or using iOS devices. There is no challenges. And then, if you need, as I said, if you need industry specific apps, they are in the Microsoft App Source. There are more than 2000 plus applications are available, which our ISB partners already developed for different purposes. So if you need a POS systems, you can easily search in the App Source and you will get several developed POS systems. According to your need, you can deploy one. Sometimes it is free, sometimes it is very minimal cost. So you can easily move on with your increased demands and work smartly. So one of the key highlights from the project management of design offices, Florian, how he confused that, how they achieved. No other provider could offer us the potential to integrate our complete accounting department in just 4 months, like Microsoft did. So as I said, easily you can transfer your accounting business just short time, 4 or 5 months, with the help of partner. Move on next. Work smarter. How we can work smarter? As I said, Microsoft ERP, it does not only provide the ERP solutions, it provides all the collaborative applications like Teams, like Outlook, like Excel. So how this can help you in collaboration, even in disrupt situations. Because we are facing several challenges worldwide in COVID, in other crises, Ukraine war, and other things. So you need solutions. If you are in disrupt situations, you can move on your business. So Rohan already described several way of Excel. I'm just going with the highlighted features. So you can integrate with Excel. I'm not going detail. I mean in, data out, and also editing. Rohan already covered more detail. And also Rohan also discovered, I mean, integration from Outlook. From Outlook code to cache, you can manage easily. So how you perform your collaboration is very smartly. I mean, no need to switching to one platform to another. You can do it even from your Outlook, even from your Excel, and collaborate lastly. As I'm also Rohan provided this, I mean, you can collaborate using Teams, and this is more important. See, as I said, like this situation is not normal last 2 or 3 years, war, COVID. So in all those situations, disrupt situation, you need to move on. Your business must need to move on. And then Teams comes in scene. So in Teams, you are communicating with your team members. But if Teams give you the data availability as well from your ERP system, then it's more smartly you are moving. So that you can do using Teams easily. So as I said, the chief digital officer of Carex, what they say, what they have achieved. The streamlining of all our processes allows our company leader to manage the whole organization from his tablet or smartphone. So they just, I mean, put all those things in the business processes using implementing the business central ERP, and then now it's just tablet dependency, and anywhere, any places they can get their business data easily. Then perform better. How we can perform better? Better productivity. How we can achieve several ways actually. Because as this ERP provides functionality on financial, sales, procurement, production. So if you implement your systems using Business Central, you can get increased financial visibility and performance to several parameters like cash flow forecasting using with advanced AI, boost sales and improve customer service, and then finish projects on time and under budget. As I said, if you are a project-based company, you can easily complete your budget on time because you can see easily on project running stage that what the cost on this particular task. Is it exceeding the budget or it is in under budget? So you can always control your project cost and finish the projects on time and move better way. So optimize inventory and supply chain management. Also, I mean, this is another way of, I mean, inventory forecasting. You can manage based on AI forecast, predictive forecasting. So expand into global markets. So what we have covered, I mean, basic features for production, for finance, inventory. But in addition, if some company needed that they need multiple currencies, I mean, multiple exchange rates, consolidations, intercompany transactions. I mean, if any organizations, they have multiple company, if they like to transact in between companies, they can do easily, they can do very easily. And if localized tax regulations also needed, they can do. So all can be managed using a business central. So how they perform better? According to Linda, executive vice president of Call to Recycle, with real-time information, we immediately see trends with our revenue and customers, and we can act quickly if there is any kind of service disruption. So all these achieved by these three companies, I am giving you some just examples. There are many. So moving to next. So using Dynamics 365 Business Center, you can adapt faster as I give some of examples, work smarter and perform better. So some of the customer list I'm showing, this just few. And thank you. Actually, I prepared it shortly because the time is not much. Thank you, everyone. Over to Mimi.
Okay, thanks, boss, Sayed, and also to Rohan earlier. Okay, so right now this is already the part wherein we're opening our question and answer or Q&A session. So once again, I'm calling back Boss Rohan and also Boss Said to join us for this session. Let's check if there's some questions in our chat room right now. So I think this is one question that was initially asked. So would you mind to let us know some more about Power Apps, Rohan, Said? Would you mind let us know some more about Power Apps?
Yeah, I think maybe in both side presentation he explained bit of detail on Power App as well. Maybe Mr. Aminul has cleared his doubts, but anyway, I'll explain bit more. So Power App is a platform where we can develop mobile apps very easily using low code no code concept. even though we say it's low code no code, actually a certified software engineer or a software engineer can develop some complex application as well. But actually it is designed for develop by maybe end users, maybe with some minimal software engineering knowledge people in low code no code base as as no code low code no code based applications. And we do have several licensing models as well. We have per app licenses, maybe user licenses, or else you can have the platform licenses where you can develop multiple applications. So likewise, and it comes with a designer, and in the designer itself, you will get many inbuilt functionalities like barcode readers, QR readers, like credit card, debit card scanners. All those that kind of advanced tools are already available within the toolbox. So you can just drag and drop and design your application. And one another thing, actually, this Power Platform is directly connected to Dataverse. A Dataverse is the data store which all these Dynamics 365 data applications data resides. So using the Dataverse, Power Platform has the access for all these applications. So you can develop and integrate those applications using Power Apps. You can maybe extend your whatever the application, maybe a CRM application, maybe a business central, maybe another ERP, all those things. You can extend some functionalities to users who doesn't have business central license maybe. But using a Power App license, you can extend those functionalities to power those users, maybe to read the customer data, maybe to add a customer. Just an example. Likewise, you can extend those functionalities to other people using Power Apps. uh, I think your doubt is cleared. I
Sorry, I
think
was on mute. Okay.
there is another question. I think Zaid has already answered. Okay, it's
Yes,
yes.
yes. So yes, is it yeah, so the question was, is this possible to approve some of PO and PR from using Power Apps? So as per Rohan, yes, definitely it is possible. Okay, so we have some questions. How about the transition from current ERP or legacy system, Rohan and Bosahid? Will this be very challenging as well, or solutions or service provider like Tech One Global can help us on this?
Could you please repeat? I missed.
Let's say, how about the transition from current ERP or legacy system aside from Microsoft Dynamics Business Central? Because we're very sure that some of the clients or attendees in the session right now might be having an existing ERP system in place in their organization already. But let's say they have an interest to, let's say, migrate or to transfer to Business Central. Will the transition be challenging, or what are the things that they need to consider?
Actually, it depends. I mean, to answer these things, actually, you need to get the detailed idea from the respective customers. But it's not challenging actually. So if we get the detailed idea, because I mean, there is some process to go for the implementations. So first we need to go for the detailed requirement gathering, and if we can do that smartly, then implementation is not a challenge.
Mm-mm. So, aside from that, bosses, does Microsoft Dynamics 365 engage with sustainable approaches in day-to-day operations?
Sorry, Mimi, would you be able to repeat the question again?
Okay, so the question was, does Microsoft Dynamics 365 or Business Central engage with sustainable approaches in day-to-day operations?
Of course, that's what I was trying to explain in my presentation in my slide as well. So overall, in day-to-day application or overall day-to-day works, how it improve their productivity. So using those O365 integration, as well as there are so many exciting features that we can improve the productivity of their day-to-day works using Business Central. And also, maybe I want to add one thing to side answer a previous question from you. uh, Sometimes some customers might be using the earlier version of Business Center. It was
Yes.
called as Dynamics NAV or Dynamics Nav, Dynamics Navigation. All those things are same. So if you are using actually older version of Dynamics Business Central called Dynamics Nav or Navigation, it is very easy to upgrade. So we have done that kind of upgrade. So it within even less than a month, we can actually make your upgrade possible. And you can from most probably, I think the latest version nowadays customers using is 2009, the oldest version. But even though there are from 5.0, 4.0 level, if you want to upgrade to Business Central Cloud, it is possible, and we can do it very quickly and very stable manner, and you can enjoy all those features with your previous data as well. That's the most important thing. You will not lose your previous data. But of course, you are coming from another system, another legacy system. What we can do is rather taking all those data into a bit to the Business Central, it will be a bit of challenging. But what we can do is we can define a cutover, and we can get the opening balance from that system to Business Central and move forward with the Business Central. All those things are possible.
So I like to add also with Rohan. I mean, as Rohan said, because I mean, implementation based on the cut-off date, the data migration, financial data migration, that can be done. But in addition to, like, if the customer wants that historical data need to be moved, and that also can be done. Historical data also can be migrated to the systems, so that also possible. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have any further questions in our chat room? So I think none so far. So due to our limited time, we just answered few questions, and we will respond to remaining questions via email if there is any. So just send it to us so we can get back to you the soonest. Okay. So once again, thank you so much to our speakers, Rohan and Sahid. So reinvent business productivity with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. Schedule a free business consultation now by sending us an email at aliana@tech1global.com. So we look forward to seeing you again in our next Tech One Global and Microsoft events. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is Mimi Navarro. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you
bosses.
all. Thank you, Mimi.